as of this morning. We thank you for the gift of life. We thank you, Lord, that you brought us together in this place. You've given us an opportunity to learn, to grow, to evolve, to meet new people. Father, we thank you so much for this opportunity. Lord, we just lift up this breakfast into your hands. That Father, come and be the general coordinator. Come and take part of everything, Lord. The distractions, silence them. And open our minds, Lord. Our minds are open to receive something new. Correct the wrong foundations we have been building on and plant something new. We give you all the glory in Jesus' name. Amen.
Running with vision. Running with. Can I get your voices? Running with vision. Okay, inspiration and welcome from Auntie Doris. Please, can you put your hands together as we welcome Auntie Doris?
Thank you very much. Having a vision is one thing, but birthing the vision is another thing. To birth that vision, you need an enabling environment, right? If you have the right seed but the wrong soil, it can't come out. So the business breakfast, we met every single month, and the objective was so that we could come and sharpen each other. It was a platform where we could come in there, we could share our ideas, because as an entrepreneur, when you're sharing your ideas, it's crazy, right? Nobody's believing you, and they're looking at you and thinking, who is this crazy person? What are you talking about? But when you come among other crazy people, then you start thinking, okay, maybe there's some normalcy about me, I'm normal. So we wanted to create that community, and that's what we did. Many people came in, and in that place, the visions were incubated, we looked at and shared on topics and addressed our challenges, and we grew. And most of us have started up initiatives. We took the bold step. It takes courage to start. It takes boldness for you to start something, because it's a journey to the unknown. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know whether you will succeed. You're just slipping down and seeing this thing which is existing nowhere. But when you take the courage and you have the right environment, the right community around you, and you get started, then another stage of the journey begins. And that is even a rougher journey. How do I get people to join me on this journey? Some people will come quickly because they see it looks nice, it sounded nice, you pitch the idea, they welcome them. But can you keep them committed? How do you pass on that vision in a way that they can really see it and then they can run with it? That is why we have the theme today, running with vision. Because we realize many people have given up on the way. People who had great ideas, who shared wonderful ideas. So we observe as a team of people, meeting with Pastor Silas, meeting with Laye, and Lead from the Heart, started taking on that initiative and took on the mantle. Royalty World had provoked this vision, and visions have been birthed, but now it takes leadership for those visions to grow. And I'm so grateful for people like Blue Moon as well, who set up consultancies that are helping us to build an organization. Because one other thing we observed was that people just start running with something, but they don't take the time to build. So we had small initiatives, but we had very little prospect for companies to emerge. So for growth to happen, it needs the expertise. And I'm grateful for organizations like Lead from the Heart that are building us in leadership, and we have organizations like Blue Moon Consulting that are also helping us to see how to create operations, systems that can enable growth. And we felt that it was necessary for us to create another platform like this, that we can come now and start sharing our challenges. Sometimes as employers, we don't know what to do. We don't know how to keep our staff members committed. We don't know how to keep them motivated. We don't know how to create a culture of excellence. So in this platform, those are things that we'll be looking at. What does it take to run with vision? That's what we'll be addressing today. And we have the best people to address that. And before I proceed again, I would just really like for us to honor the father of the subdivision. He is here with us. He came. It makes us know as young people that there is hope. In the past, we have seen leaders that are not approachable. They don't come to us. And it has been frustrating for us young people to run with vision because we felt like it was something that we're doing that was crazy. But when you know that your father is with you, then you can run with boldness. You can even dare fall, because you know that if I'm falling, he will hold me. And he is not just the divisional officer for Poliasol Division. He's also a visionary and the CEO of Result Institute, which is a youth-led organization focusing as well on raising young people and building leaders. Please, can we, with a standing ovation, just welcome Dr. Abba in our midst today. Sir, we're so honored. This event is so special. Thank you so much for coming. We honor you, we love you. We are so grateful that you are among us, and you're always there to support us. In many things I've done, he has been a force and just encouraging me and helping me to stay focused, even in the midst of challenges. So we are so honored. Your presence makes all the difference on this platform. So today we are going to have a great time. I don't want to take so much of our time because you'll see my face again. But this was just to let us know why we organized the breakfast. This is our space. We are here to be crazy. So when you come here, allow those crazy dreams to come out.
Thank you so much, Pastor Eric. Thank you so much for honoring this invitation. I'm so honored and so happy that you're here.
So today we're talking about running with vision. And I'm so happy because when I look around, I see people who are running with vision, right? I see Mark right here. When I was writing here, I was like, are you sure he's even going to make it? But the man is always running with vision, so so I was like, I'm not sure he's even around because he might be somewhere. So I was thinking, short notice, maybe he's somewhere, maybe he's in Egypt or he's in Australia or somewhere and all of that, because the man is always on the move, you know. So, but then I'm so happy he was here and he's good. And hey, I just to say that he has his performance for us today. So you're going to get the exceptional mark today. So it's going to be amazing. So I want to talk about running with vision, and today we are focused on just alignment, because we discovered that the work of a leader is three things: is to craft vision, is to build alignment, and to champion execution. So most often we start off with the vision. I'm sure any of us here, if you have an organization, you have an initiative, you probably already have a vision for where you want to go. But that's your first task. The second task is to build alignment around that vision. And that can be very challenging. Most times, we craft vision and we move straight to execution. But without alignment, you can't execute. Without alignment, you can't execute effectively. And so I want to talk about the challenges that has to do with alignment and how we can begin to build alignment so that we can actually execute our vision. I want to give you a few statistics just to situate us, you know. According to Gallup, a world-renowned research agency, it says that disengaged employees cost economies a lot of money. In the US alone, disengaged employees cost about $1 trillion to $3.5 trillion. That's a lost economic output because of employees that are not aligned to the vision of the organization. This is what is costing them in terms of finances. And when values are not aligned in an organization, employees may want others not to even join the organization. So imagine that somebody is in your organization and is not aligned with your vision. They wouldn't even encourage other people to join. That's what the statistic says. So that compounds the problem. It also means that if they are not aligned, they'll most likely quit. You know how you've taken your time to bring a team together, you're trying to sell the vision, and then at the time you need the people most, that's when they quit. It says that because of misalignment, many people quit. And sometimes, because of misalignment, some don't obey policies, they disobey policies, they disobey You know, you set policies for your team, for your organization, but people don't follow it because part of the reason is because they are not aligned to your vision, to your goals, to your values. And the worst one is that sometimes they speak negatively about what you're doing because they are not aligned. So having employees that are not aligned to the vision of the organization can be very, very costly. Can be very costly. Without alignment, you won't be able to run your vision because it's going to cost you a lot. Also, another statistic shows that about 47% of workers also believe that the reason why businesses fail or projects fail sometimes is due to misalignment. So when people are not aligned with the vision, it leads to a lot of frustration and even annoyance. 47% according to this research done by Lucy. And then also, unfair practices also. Unfair labor practices which is also a result of misalignment, right? Also can lead to reduced wages, job loss, and decreased morale and productivity. So when people are not aligned, and sometimes because of unfair practices, it leads to lots of decrease in morale, and it can also lead to job losses. But then what is misalignment? I've been talking about, but what is it actually? It's the lack of understanding or connection to the organization's vision, goals, or values. Lack of misalignment is the lack of understanding or connection to the vision of the organization. So when you have people, if you have people in your team, in your organization, number one, that don't understand the vision, don't understand where you're going, and cannot connect to what you're going, then you have what we call a misaligned employee. They are not aligned. And one of the symptoms or the signs of a misalignment is you have a workforce that has very low morale. They are not motivated, don't feel motivated. And productivity is low, right? And then high turnover because they are not misaligned, they quickly leave. So you keep looking for new people because they come and they are not aligned, and so they are not motivated to do anything. And so you find yourself always constantly looking for new people. So that's what misalignment, that's how costly misalignment is. And let's talk about the effects it has on the employees and the employer. Let's start with the employees. Like I said, when you have an employee that doesn't align to the vision of the organization, doesn't understand the values, they will lack motivation. You know, I remember I was discussing with Doris the other day that you can't always be motivating people in your team. You see, you can't always be motivating people. It gets to a point where they should be self-motivated. You know, your job, you can't always have to motivate people to do stuff. If they are aligned, there's a certain degree of self-motivation that will come, right? And because they are not aligned, they are going to feel so unfulfilled. So unfulfilled in what they are doing, you know. And of course, it's also going to lead to burnout. Find somebody that finds fulfillment in what they're doing, and you find them always excited about what they're doing. You really have to motivate them that much. But when they are not aligned, they'll have these struggles. But for the employer, it's even worse. Or let me say not worse, but it's worse on their own part, because for a business, of course, profits will fall, because if employees are not aligned to the vision, they won't be motivated to do more. They won't be motivated to produce, which will lead to lower profits for the organization. Also, poor customer service. If the people are not aligned, they don't feel motivated to do their best, and the end result is that the customers or the stakeholders you're working with will be dissatisfied, because you have people that don't actually find joy in what you're doing. And of course, ultimately, that will lead to the failure to meet your goals, because if your team is not aligned, your team is not putting in your best, obviously you won't be able to meet your goals as an organization. You'll be able to achieve your vision. So misalignment has a huge negative consequence on both the employee and the organization as a whole. Alright? So, what is the advantage of misalignment? Of alignment, sorry. According to PricewaterhouseCoopers, based on the research they did, companies with a strong purpose, those that have a strong purpose, where the employees have a clear purpose for why they belong, outperform most of the market by 4 times. So if you see a company of people that are outperforming others, the chances are there's a very strong purpose behind what they do. It's not just work for them, you know. And That's something we should note. And the benefits leads to several things. First, for the employees, once again, when employees are aligned, there's increased clarity and purpose. There's clarity. They know why they are there. They know what their contribution means for the organization, for the vision. And of course, and they are more engaged, you know. Once somebody buys into a vision, believes in what you're doing, and he aligns with your own personal purpose and goals, they'll feel more engaged to do things, and that will lead to personal growth. If someone realizes that your own growth is linked to the growth of the organization, and the organization's growth is linked to your growth, then they'll be more motivated. They'll see that whatever they are doing for the organization is actually for their own personal growth. And so you see that the result is that the person is growing as the organization is growing. Okay, they don't feel like this, I'm only here to make this organization grow, while I myself am not growing. But they see that your personal growth and the growth of the organization is one and the same thing for them. And of course, it will lead to improved well-being. You know, if I feel that I'm growing where I am, of course I'll feel better about myself. And so you end up having happy employees, alright? And of course, that translates to good business for the organization, because if you have such employees, it means that productivity will increase, right? Productivity will increase, customer experience will increase, because happy employees will lead to happy experiences by your customers, right? And then enhance innovation and creativity. People now be more prompted to take initiative, because it's something they love doing. When I was doing this, I read about something that Google, the very popular company we know, does. It always gives, it has a policy where every week they give employees about 20% of their time to do what they love. To do what you like do any pet project you like. And they have shown that some of their most innovative products came from those for the employees' free time. So what they do is that they give you 20% of time, do whatever thing you enjoy doing. And some of those ideas, those products became one of the best selling products of all. Because the employees were motivated, and so they were innovative, and they were trying things out because they love what they were doing. So imagine the effect of just having an employee that is aligned. You have lots of innovation and creativity. That's what that says. And of course, a stronger employer brand, because everybody wants to be part of some organization, you know. And increase customer loyalty. As I said, happy employees leads to happy customers, which leads to more customer loyalty. So that's the benefit of having an aligned workforce within an organization. But how do you do this, right? How do you bridge the gap? Yeah, I'll just give some very simple but powerful things that need to happen. First is clear communication. That can seem simple, but sometimes we think we communicate, but we don't communicate, you know? Because I always say this, the teacher has not taught until the student has learned. Alright? So, if the communication hasn't gone through, if the person receiving it hasn't gotten it, the vision hasn't gotten through, if the people receiving it haven't caught the vision. So clear communication is very important. Clear communication is very important. And then a values-driven culture. What are the values that drive the organization? Because the values must align. The personal values and the values of the organization must align, because you must be clear. And the values should not be something you write on the wall. It should be something that is lived. You know, I know your values about how you live, and somebody should be able to walk into the organization and be able to know exactly what the values of this organization is. Then regular feedback. This is very important. This is very important. One of the things I also learned about leadership is one of the first tools, or the best tool the leader can ever have in their repertoire of tools is feedback. Because feedback will tell you how people are experiencing you. Feedback will tell you how people are experiencing your leadership. And it will give you insight on how to be better at leading. It will give you insight on how to be better at communicating. Honest feedback, you know. Honest feedback is very important. And then of course, empowerment and recognition. It's good to recognize and empower your team. I recognize them when they do make effort. If I recognize them both for the small and the great things, it's very important. Those are just 4 key things that you can do to start working on this aspect of our life. Finally, I want to just call us to embrace this challenge. If you have an organization, if you belong to an organization, embrace the power of alignment. Find a way to make sure that where you are is aligned with your own values. And as a leader, make sure that your team is really aligned to the vision of the organization. And commit to the journey. It's going to be a journey. It's not something that's going to happen instantly, but commit to the journey. And of course, empower your team and take the first step. Take the first step. Now, you might be asking, how do you take the first step? What is the first step? Alright? Now, I decided to add this at the end of the slide on my presentation because a few weeks ago I did a little exercise. Right? I was told to work with the team because they were having issues with commitment. The team were not committed. Right? And it sounded like the normal issue. People are not committed, tell them to commit, you know. People are not committed, you complain and say they should commit. And we said, no, let's do something different. Let's have a workshop to help them align. And so I had a training where I was going to each of the members of the team. I was asking them what your personal goals are. If I asked your personal goals, I was asking them, what's your purpose? Personally. And each one was able to articulate their purpose. Then I asked them, do you know the vision of this team that you belong to? And does your purpose connect to the vision? Because if it doesn't connect, you won't be motivated to contribute. And I did that exercise with them. And then I began showing them how they could fulfill their purpose through what they were doing in the team. And there and then, we started discovering new ways that they could work that they did not realize. And after that, people now were more motivated and committed because they realized that, oh, there's something I could do in this team that could actually help me as a person. At first, I thought I was just serving, I was just working because I had to serve. But I realized that no, I have some personal goals and I have an opportunity to fulfill those personal goals through the work I'm doing in this team. And that created alignment. Now, the work they were doing, the work they are doing in the team is part of their own personal growth. That's what it's called. So now, motivation is easy. In fact, before we left there, people were already giving ideas of what they want to do. Now, the new problem we have is how to manage their excitement. Because they're more motivated to do stuff because they saw alignment. That is why I decided to take that little experiment and I created a new workshop training that I'm offering to people who want to achieve alignment in their team. I call it the Team Alignment Workshop. Where in that workshop I'll work with any team that is available. We'll sit down and look at the vision of your organization or your team and then work with the members of your team to be able to identify their own personal goals and then carefully craft a strategy that will align your personal goals with the goals of the organization. Because once that alignment takes place, you find that you have automatically a motivated team. That's something I designed and I'm making that available for any team or any organization that wants to have that. That's an example of how you can take the first step. So, I've made it easy for you. Yes, so I can help you take the first step by facilitating this session for you. So, if you're interested, you know where to get me. I'm always there. All right. So that's all I have for you this morning. Just prepare us for the conversation we're going to have about alignment. So, thank you very much for your attention and welcome. Welcome to the Leadership Breakfast.
If I have to introduce this guy, we'll have to sleep here. Yes. So if I read all his accolades, we'll probably have to sleep here. He's a social entrepreneur, a businessman, the founder of the production house Straw Academy, arguably the best and most celebrated spoken word artist in Cameroon. He's my brother. Please, let's welcome Cameroonian's finest, the Cameroonian international spoken word artist, Mr. Mark Aluye.
I don't think I'll ever prevail. I'm scared, I've been to jail. I'm scared, I'm just a female. People who know that have been to Yale know I've not been properly trained. Well, forget the tale. I know the rest of the detail. Those dreams will not be derailed if you know the truth that I'm about to unveil. The good in your hand is usually the enemy of the best. The freedom you seek is out of your routine of the week. Risk the usual. Believe me, it's crucial. Unusual is usual. It's now the new normal. Risky is good. It is the genesis of great. To lose is to gain. That's the science of vision. Forget plan B's, they will distract you from A. And a life without goals is like a match without poles. Okay, I think you guys are a bit too cold. Put down your phone. Put down your phones. Put down your phone 1 second. I want you to put your hands together like this. I don't hear your hands. Come on. Come on, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. So people are not putting their hands like behind there. I want to hear your hand. 2, 3, 4. 1. Give me the beat. Okay, I'm going to try something on this beat. Give me one more. 1, 2. I've tried it and failed, but repeat. I can't do it with this job, then quit. Did you dream it? Do you like it? Do you want it? Then go get it. It's hard, but face it, you defeat. If you like it, you can do it, but if you love it, you must work it. Try it, hit it, and in time you will make it. If you want it, then need it. If you start it, then complete it. If you doubt it, you won't make it, but believe it and receive it. You got the light, I'm making you get there if you don't start it. So let me of the backseat, you gotta go, get up, look at it. What's on your mind, you can be. Whatever you treasure, you can have it. So you can make up your mind to it, because as long as you have everything where you want it. Now, that's how I twist. Okay, go 1, 2, 3, yeah. Let me hear. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. 1, 2. Yeah. You got the right, you must admit. Yeah. You have a come, don't submit. Sit on it. Yeah. No matter what, do not quit. Yeah. You might fall into a pit. Yeah. Joseph started in a pit. Yeah. Whatever you're up to, don't retreat. Yeah. Now you sleep on the street. Yeah. Don't leave it incomplete. Yeah. That will be the true meaning of defeat. Yeah. But if you persevere and complete, in the end, there'll be access to it. Yeah.
Even though the branding has changed, I believe it's still the same spirit, though the leadership has changed. Thank you for this honor. And we are incredibly blessed in Boya to have someone who is not just a visionary, but an approachable leader. In fact, Auntie Doris put the words so well. You are the leader that we aspire to be, and you are the leader that we hope to see in Cameroon. And I remember the first time we met when we were organizing this football event, and you read my letter, and then you called us to come to your office and say, "Hey, Trump, maybe they want to arrest me for something." And we came, and we were not expecting, but the amount of inspiration that flows from you, it is an honor, a humbling honor to have you in our midst, and to have you as our dear. We are really, really grateful. From the bottom of our heart. Everyone is going this way. Well, I choose to go that way. Some say I've gone insane because I chose another way. It's okay to feel that way. I understand just what they say, but if they know what I know someday, they will understand the rules by which I play. I drifted further and away from what everyone else called the way, and I looked forward to seeing the day when my dreams will finally come my way. On the way, I failed every day. Even though I work hard and pray, the more I believed my way was the way, the more it seemed to be the wrong way. But I made up my mind yesterday that I will never ever choose to stay where I can't display all day what I was created by God to display. I ask myself one question every day. If today were my very last day, would I live my life this way? Am I living my dreams today, or am I living my fears all day? We lie to ourselves every day. We say, I wish I could do that someday. At that no time, I wish there were a way. If only I were created a better way. No, don't say that there is no way. Because God has made every way. And just because because you don't see a way today does not mean that there is no way. Don't have the will after you see the way. Have the will, then you see the way. Don't expect things to always go your way, because God is dreaming bigger than you every single day. I never get carried away by what A and B will say, because I will look one way today, but I promise you I'm on my way. Don't say you'll do it another day, because yesterday you said today. Tomorrow is at the mercy of today, and today is the tomorrow of yesterday. There is no day like today. So every day, focus on today. You only have control of today, and every day is a today. Don't just go through life that way. Grow through life day by day. Don't just spend your time all day. Invest your time and days. The fears of tomorrow and the events of yesterday are sweet things that rob us of the glory of today. So when you focus on every other day, remember you can only get it done today. God is an economist, by the way. He does not waste the experience of yesterday. You are not defined by your yesterday. You are prepared in a way by yesterday so you can face the day of today and make tomorrow a better day. Start for something today, or fall for everything every day. Make a decision to start today, or you've decided to be average all your days. Thank you so much.
Leadership has become something where we try to use people to get what we want. And so now I saw that people began losing themselves because they want to get whatever they wanted. You know, like for example, you run a business and you don't care about people because maybe you have been given a task that you want to deliver something and you can crush people along the way just to get the result that you want. And that removes the soul of leadership. So people succeed, but they lose their soul in the process. And that's one of the big part of why I call the organization Lead from the Heart, because I believe that if you are able to tap into the core of who you are and become true to yourself and understand that at the end of the day, we are all human and we all have a certain connection we can be with each other, then we'll have leaders that are truly inspired and don't just manipulate people to whatever aims that they want. And that's really the brand of what we want to do this.
I think we can go home now, right? We can go home now. We've learned everything that we needed to learn. People don't leave organizations, they leave people. Yes, and how we lead and manage people. Whenever that word management is called, I turn to this person here, Mr. Aye, because that's what he lives and breathes and sleeps, management. And he just made us understand that the leadership and management are not mutually exclusive. The management, leadership is a component of management, right? If I got it right. So, Mr. Lai, your organization focuses on helping organizations to align, to help employees align with organizational vision. So, how do you do that? How do you help organizations to align employees with the organization's vision?
Okay, I think why we should align, I think Pastor Silas elaborately gave us a lot of reasons and also listed a number of things which I agree with all of them on what we could do to align. But maybe we could share from within the points he listed some of the ways we are trying to apply that in our case, which is in Global. Of course, we have learned of all the negative consequences when we don't align. These some of the things I came to learn about not very long from now, and since then we have been trying to really apply. So in our case, one of the first things we do is right from the day of interview. If anybody has ever been part of any global interview, be sure that we want to know where you are getting to with your life. We want to know your vision. We want to understand where you are getting with your career, what you aspire to become. And a lot of the questions, if I'm part of that panel, we will spend 50% of the time trying to talk about that. Because to me, if I'm unable to see how our organization can contribute to that, certain this will not be a good place for you, no matter how skilled you are, you may be the best. The second thing is when you come on board, we try to communicate quite a lot about our mission. In fact, this year we started a practice that every morning we have to recite it, our vision, our mission, and we have to recite it. We have stand-up meetings every morning when the team comes to the office. The first 5-10 minutes, we sit and update ourselves. What are you planning to do today? But before that, we got to recite the vision, we got to recite the mission, and in that way, there is that continuous reminder. But before that, during your induction, we have a whole slot in our induction procedure where we take a lot of time to explain why we are doing what we are doing and where we are getting to with what we are doing, because we look at the businesses. Our passion really is the failure rate. The failure rate of businesses. It used to be a challenge to start businesses. I remember 2004, 2003, they were begging the government, and you see a lot of counselors in schools. We were one of the first beneficiaries of counselors in schools. Now you have a staff, you have an institution which just a counselor. And a lot of the thoughts of these counselors was telling us government cannot employ everybody. And it was the first time the government to acknowledge, before in the 80s, they were begging people, as you get an education, you have a job. Yeah? My father used to tell me he never applied to work for government. When he came back from the check his certificate, he just say, come and start working Casper. Tomorrow, he started working for the government. But the government realized and they were cancelling us. Now, people starting businesses. Gradually, people are starting. I don't think starting business is what we should be teaching people again. It's starting everywhere. Everywhere. But the real issue is these businesses are in the survivalist class. They are not growing, nor scaling. They are in one survivalist class and they seem stuck at that level. And in this way, business, it has become like suffering. It's really pain to watch it. I spend a significant part of my time listening to entrepreneurs. So they will call and I meet and we talk till 2 a.m. Like they are crying, Michael, don't tip again. Who's not this, that. And when I listen to them, I was just waiting to pass. Then the discussion extends to 2 a.m. Then when I'm about going, they say, thank you, Master, thank you. I said, what about that? I've not said anything. They say, no, thank you. They feel somebody listen to them, and I know that entrepreneurs are frustrated. It's challenging. Yeah, so it's painful, and it's not great, and that's where the concerns, I'm really concerned. Being part of 14, the co-founder of 14 different organizations, I used to recount my story. The second thing I ever did, Pastor Salas, we were in the same company. That's the second venture we ever tried, which also failed. About 9 of these 14 closed. I understand the pain firsthand. I understand the challenges firsthand. And that's what we try to do to help organizations cross the different levels. The 5 stages of growth of businesses to cross is really painful. So we spend a lot of time making our employees see where we are going, why we are here, and what we are trying to achieve as an organization. And what we are trying to achieve as an organization. And of course, the individual part trying to help, because we realize this is a very critical component. When you are interested in the growth of your team members and connect, that magic happens. So we spend a lot of time trying to grow one of our take home is, you could say, when I joined Blue Moon, I could not, now I can. It's one of the things we spend a lot of time doing. Yeah, so all this is part of our induction process, and it really plays a critical role when you understand this and we show you how you connect to this. It plays a critical role in really aligning these employees. When most of them are there, they know exactly how this is contributing to their career. They see how the bigger goal, them achieving the organizational goal, they are also achieving their own personal goals. And with that, it's quite easy. So I think this is a creative process. We got to get creative about how we can really engage these employees, engage the team in seeing this vision. We got to get the different approaches we can use. We can get as creative as possible. But I think this view is just to inspire us to think of ways in which we can align our team members. I want to end everyone.
Amazing. One of the key things that I picked up there, which I think Pastor Eric rightly wrote there, we need to remind ourselves daily of our vision and our mission. That is absolutely just top tip for me. That how many of us remind our team members daily, not today, next week, daily. Some of us do. I was very excited that we do biannual retreats. We do a retreat, then we do a midterm retreat. But now I've been challenged to understand that it's a daily process. And induction into an organization should be very, very intentional. That's one of the things that I've learned from Blue Moon. And like I say, trust me, it's not too expensive. I think Mr. Laye is really bridging that gap, because most of us, when we hear consultants, it feels like, oh my God, can I get a consultant? But it is necessary. I tell young people, trust me, if you want to grow, you have to humble yourself. We know that you're a CEO, we know you created this idea, you know you came up with it, we understand that you're the one who brought up this idea, but that gets to a place where you cannot take that idea beyond a certain level on your own. You don't have the skills for it. You don't have the skills for it. So you need to humble yourself and be able to go to an organization like Blue Moon and knock their door and say, oh God, please, can you come and help us? So all for us as writers, with our recruitment and everything, we don't do recruitment. We just tell, first of all, most of the time, they are the ones that do the diagnosis and realize we need such and such a person. And then, our HR is outsourced to Blue Moon, and they identify what the needs are. They put up the announcement, they do the recruitment, do the induction for us, and I think that has been a very, very important element to our growth. It has been a very, very a big catalyst to where we are today as an organization. And I'm going to just move over to Dr. Abba. And as a public sector division, you require some unique vision. So how can you, I would just like you to just share, how do you, at that level, you're managing the whole. So I believe that there are key lessons that we can really learn from you, because Laye just shared with us what he does to be able to translate and communicate vision to the rest of his team. How do you manage it as a public sector leader to be able to communicate the vision that you have for the rest of your, not just your staff, but then for the rest of the region?
Okay, that's a tough one, right? So, I will start with, I happened to have attended a program in Douala. I think it was by Roland Kwame. I think it was a business something. And a friend was seated by me and was trying to introduce me to another person. And I said, this is the GO of Boya. And then the guy asked, what does the GO do here? So, well, actually he was surprised because he knew the discussion was for business people and all of that. So, what I said to my friend is that whether you manufacture say, aircraft, whatsoever business you're into, you are a leader and it is about people's well-being. And that's the reason I can also come on that. So he laughed. That just to say that how do you convey as a public authority? First, you need to understand your mission. For my kids, for example, I came in 2019, and when you know, another first thing first, the context in which I came was a context of a crisis where people needed to be assured, to be given different perception of public authority, to understand that you are here to serve them, not to be able to like stumble on them. I think that, the context was different. And in that context, because of my own personal journey, it was kind of facilitated for me. Why facilitated? Because I understood that for people, for example, if you're seeking for peace, for appeasement, if you're seeking to bring people, to give them, you have to give you their collaboration. First of all, you must be able to prove to them that you're genuine about their concern. Right? You are genuine about their concern. There is, I think 2 days ago, I was in a conversation on ITV on something. You asked me some questions. Say, well, how do you do? There was with taxi drivers or this, you try to appease and all of that. How? I say, okay, first, you know, you have to get what we call social capital. Because there was a day I found myself alone among, when the day I think there's one young man that was being shot in a taxi where I was to tell to do something on that day. Yes. If you people remember. And they carried that child on, I think they moved, and I moved with them and was moving to an extent, trying to converse with them. And they responded to me, not because maybe I am with you, but because over the time that I've been, I've built some relationship with them. What we call social capital that you can use and for people to listen to. You understand? Coming, for example, to U Square and all of that, people will say, okay, please. Somebody will say, Sampa, this man, I don't want to be working with him because he always complains. I say, no, this is how people are. Do you think what you're doing is significant? But for them to fall in love with you or your organization, you first have to fall in love with them. First is, you should take their consent genuinely at heart. You understand? Then they will be able. So, for me, as when you are a public authority, when you are somewhere, my first thing is to be able to build that relationship that permits people to trust and respond to you. Because I remember one of the messages. When they were interviewing me when I was in November, I said, what's your expectation? What's the message you have for people? And I said, see, my message is that in whatever sphere of life here, in whatever activity, please encourage each and every one. Let's all be part of the solution. That was my message. And that's the same thing. Yesterday I was in Munya. That was on the 8th. Yesterday was 1817. There was a cleanup campaign ahead of the 20th. Believe me, close to 500 people came out in Kenya. And I was there, I spoke with them to tell them, please, we want you to be part of the solution. And somebody was saying, but you went there, I did not see security, because as a matter of fact, I'm just one of the military that used to sit with me in the car. Well, that's 2 days to the 20th, but this is me in Munya. Why? Because I know that I can communicate to them. I know that I have some social capital they don't seem like a threat to them. So I think that's what I can say. If you have a vision which is, no, I want to, by the time I'm leaving this place, I want to leave it at this level, I want this to happen. It's a kind of vision for your, first thing first is to be able to send that vision to people, right? To be able to convey it, and it's meant in every interaction. Little interaction you do, you build that capital that helps when there is a damage tension. You can put that capital on the table. As a matter of fact, for the example I was citing concerning that day, I was the first person to start digging the grave of that young lady. And that was one of the key elements also that has appeased the people when they saw me at the Catholic graveyard here, digging the grave, starting to dig. So, I mean, that's just a simple answer to how can you fulfill your mission. But that has to do with your personality. You, the leader, your personality, right? Yes, because when we are talking alignment with the vision, how do we get, I think Mr. Lai said something. During the recruitment, we make sure, for example, we make sure we know where you're going. We have a tool, it's obvious we have a tool, we call it customized blueprint of your life. It's a kind of business plan of your life. You feed it. We divide human experience in so many categories, like you have goals for your characters. For example, if you go to my own book, my own business plan of my life, you find one of my goals in that aspect concerning character, because good characters, they are not innate. Some of them you can learn, you understand? One of them is to have a pleasing personality. That's one of my goals. This video will be out. If this background is there, maybe displayed, it has different perception than if there is not. Even about the plan of the event, it gives a different dimension. Intentionality in designing some of those things, because to create. So what I'm saying here is simply that, for example, I don't know, we say, who has a company here? Sam. I know you into real estate. Do you have a sound that represents your company? The sound? Yeah, the music. No, not yet. There's something wrong. Yeah? There's something wrong. I say, see, because to create a rich memory for your people, you should have things like some music. You go to some company, you find the music in the background playing somewhere. You don't know, you think it's just trivial something. No, it is not. It is not. It has to do with creating something, because the way you convey perception is at that there is one single smell. Every time you go to that place, that's the smell. Yeah. Do you understand? You take it as a nothing, but it's part of building. Because the act of purchase is an unconscious act. You don't know even what motivated it, could be just that smell. So please, what I'm saying here is that building companies culture. So building companies culture has to do with all of that, and beyond everything, identity shift. Get the identity of your people to shift, to get to a place they identify with what you're doing, and that they are part of their contribution, because everybody should contribute. You understand? They should understand. We say three most important questions. The three most important questions of life. That's what we say: growth, contribution, and experiences. How much you want to grow, what contribution you want to bring into life, and what are the experiences you want to live by. You understand? The three most important questions. Everybody should have it. Now, how do you contribute being part of this company? Your contribution. So you shift your identity, because they say you don't get in life what you want, you get in life who you are. Identity shift. That's why those people who struggle with weight loss and all of that, first, it's not motivation. Shift. Identity shift first, then transformation happens. So I think that's what I can share.
I just asked the question, how much do you pay me for this event? You need more money, right? My God, okay, I feel 2 pages because the experience, and I know that it's captured on video. This is a whole business seminar. It's a whole business seminar. So truly deep thoughts. I think you've already answered my next question that I was going to ask on how to foster a culture that embraces the vision. How do you foster a culture that embraces the vision? One of the most important things you said was social capital, building social capital. And I think that is something that is very, very crucial to us. And after that, it's we just need to be able to sit down and then, and take this in. And I know Pastor Silas is that person that gives us practical steps for practical steps, because all this knowledge that we have we've just received as an organization, Pastor Silas, I'm going back. How do I effectively, as a leader, now start communicating that compelling vision to inspire my team to align? I know you have shared some things before, but I just want you to elaborate more on that and then provoke us more so that we can come for the alignment workshop. First of all, Royalty World is already in for the alignment workshop. The Royalty World is already in, and not later than June, because it's really important before the first half of the year. So please check your calendar for us. We are in for that, because I am really truly excited interested. I was just talking about one of my daughters who's sitting behind it. She studied accounting in school, and I've been struggling because I see her work in the office. But when I look at her daily, I see like she's not fulfilled. I've had conversations personally with her, trying to ask like, what is it? And then she was like, I feel like I want to work more for the bank and all of that. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'll help you to look for a job in the bank, do your CV and everything, and I'll help you to get a job in the bank. But when I see her doing accounting, when she has an issue that she needs to resolve from an accounting perspective, I don't see the motivation. So I'm like, sister, whether you go to the bank or what, as long as it's accounting, from what I can perceive, I don't think that the problem is your organization. The issue is maybe what you're really doing. And when I watched her last week, we went to Mamenda. We could not go with Zoe Communication, and she had the camera. My God. We bought microphones, the things could not work. And so we're trying to do all this research. Somebody like me, I'm already gone, because I know that I don't get me time. Because I understand how microphone you work. It's not my calling, right? Not my calling. But before we know it, by 6 o'clock, 2 hours later, she's like, Mama figured it out. Like, she's gone on and she's done the research. She's called a few people, she's found out. If it was an accounting record, sorry, you'll meet it back 3 days later. She has not found out what is wrong with it. She has a degree in accounting. But and I was discussing with Naye yesterday, and just saying, Naye, is it okay? This person, yes, it's accounting, but is it okay for her to really just change? Because people can look at her and say, a photographer, how can she pursue a career now in photography? And that's something that we need in the organization. That's why I'm excited about the whole alignment workshop. It's something we need in the organization. It's a gap. We have it. So in communication, not all the time we have them. There are moments that, because they are external people, they cannot capture while we're in. And we have cameras in there. And you're seeing this person who's demonstrating. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe I start looking at mentors, people to come to help her. First of all, to see that it's not a failure to leave and not focus on accounting. Maybe you can pick up something and then develop your photography skills. It's still a career, and it's a good thing, right? Yeah, so those are examples, and I think it's a deliverance maybe for some of us here who probably are holding on to some career, and you're like, I will do this thing by fire, by force. If it's not for you, leave him, mommy. Find the one that is for you. where your passion is, where you sleep, you wake up in the midnight. I wake up in the morning, 3 a.m., she's up, she has put together videos and things. But accounting record, 3 days later, nothing ever happened. You understand? So it's really, it's something that is very, very important. So, Pastor Silas, over to you. Tell us step by step, how do we do this thing?
Okay, wow. First of all, that was a master class we just had. Don't you agree? I forgot that was on the panel, you know. I was just like, keep talking, please. Yes. So thank God it was captured on camera. So, yeah, so just to add to what he said, there are lots of things you can do to be alive. And I want to share something that I discovered that is a very simple thing, but it's a very powerful effect it can have in the team. That's storytelling. Storytelling. I know that sounds strange, but storytelling. I was part of a retreat or a training once, and we had this thing where every week we'll bring one person, and they'll sit maybe they'll stand in front of the team and they'll tell their life story. Right? They'll tell your life story, and they'll tell you where they've been, the challenges they have been through. They'll give you get to that, they'll tell about your family. I mean, you will hear their life, who they are, as they narrate their story right up to where they are right now, like where they have been through. And I discovered that when we went through this exercise, when people began telling their stories, lots of assumptions that we made about them were challenged. Because I realized that you can see somebody acting in a particular way and you judge or you make an assumption about why they're acting like that. But when you begin to understand when they narrate their life stories, not people that you don't know, just walk together, you begin to understand, you start connecting the dots between what they're doing, and like you talk about the why, you start understanding why they do things the way they do. So one of the ways to get to know why people act the way they do is to try and listen to their life story. And how do you get them to narrate their story, especially you as a visionary, as a leader? One of the ways that is you should be able to share your story, like authentically share your story. Because when you also share your story, they begin to understand why also you're doing the things you do. Why you act the way you act. So if you talk about one practical way, that's one thing I discovered. And I actually adopted that, and this is going to be one of the things that I do when I work with people. I want to hear you. So I remember when I was doing volunteers, I started asking some of them, tell me your story. Tell me your story. Tell me the story of how you got to where you are right now. And I discovered things about people that I did not know. And I realized that that's one of the very key ways you can understand why people are where they are. Right? Like in case we're talking about since you're talking about, of course you know how you're not so you can understand, but imagine somebody that you just met and they're acting. I remember during this session, one of the participants I was working with, people used to complain a lot about her. They'll complain that she's too urgent, she's too impulsive, she easily gets offended. And that was the narrative that we're picking. But then when she began sharing her story, and then we understood the journey she has been through, we understood the pain she has been through, we understood the abuse she experienced, then we discovered that her to be where she is was actually a triumph. For her to be where she is right now is a remarkable story of resilience. And so if I understand why, then I can know how I can move you from where you are to where you need to go. That's one important thing I can share as far as being alive is concerned. Understand the story of your people.
Such riches. Yes, we'll have to be wrapping up on this panel. everybody's sitting there and we continue in the next 30 minutes, we'll still be listening. It's really interesting. But we know that there is a masterclass coming up in Aqua Palace in June. So subscribe to that. Pastor Salas is here. You can do more in your organization personally. And Mr. Lai, I would just like you to conclude and share. I'd like you to just share how Blue Moon can help most of these startups here to get on this journey. What practical steps can they take to get on this journey of alignment, and how, from a Blue Moon's perspective, how people can support them get started on this journey?
Okay, thank you very much. I think initially I started by sharing, shared our vision and mission that we are all about individuals and businesses, helping individuals and businesses grow fundamentally. That's what we are all about, but it may be important to give some perspective to this. As Pastor Sam says, story, it may give a meaning. Yeah, I already shared that being part of a number of businesses which failed, and there's something fundamental about businesses and organizations. Really, as I said, they are not growing. There are so many of them in the survivalist class, and they just hang in there for about 5 years and they close. Just hang in there. When you move, the popular businesses you see, you reach Monaco, you are coming 2 years after, you see different names for Monaco coming up, but almost all have changed. The few that maintain the name, you go in there, then you see that somebody else is not. As people pay the 2-year rent, when they came in, as that rent is expiring, the business is closing, the salons are for sale, and everything is changing. And what is happening is the question. There are so many models that explain that, but every model narrows down to the fact that businesses have different stages of growth. And that's what makes business so challenging. There is no one stage of growth. You know, a lot of persons have narrowed down to the 5 stages of growth in businesses. And the greatest challenge about this is that what made you so successful at stage 1 that enabled you cross into stage 2, it may be exactly what you need to stop doing to succeed in stage 2. It may be exactly what you need to stop doing to survive in that stage 2 so you can cross to stage 3. And when you go to stage 3, the set of challenges is totally different from stage 1 and 2. And at the end, you see, like in business, you are always beginning, because by the time you graduate to one level of success, you say you are totally ignorant. You start learning back from zero how to survive at this new level of success. Everything is different. You have to stop a lot of things and learn a lot of new things without which you will never trust. And why I love business is because it humbles everybody. Because if you don't change and learn to start doing these new things and abandon those old things, you will never ever cross. It's not like there is a way you can cross otherwise. You will never cross. You will hit that wall forever until you change some things and learn some new things. You just keep hitting the wall. And at times, some people ask me why we don't have a signboard. I say, when entrepreneurs reach, especially the second stage, trying to grow and scale, the level now that involves scaling, where the processes become complex, it means their human brain cannot put all the moving parts together. They cannot coordinate the moving parts. They reach that level that they are losing grip of the business. They want things to go left, they are only going like that. No matter how they have shouted, how they have dismissed and disciplined, they start humbling that really, I need help. This thing cannot go. And they jump out there looking for help. And somehow, somewhere, we connect somehow for most of those who are around Boya, and they will connect with someone. They need help. And somewhere they will connect with somebody and start crying, and from there we start building. So it's humbling. I've not gone through the 5 levels of growth. I always humbly tell people that I was in the 14 businesses I've been part of. I learned how to cross level 1. And level 1 is a level where you can become, you are able to pay your bills from the business. You are able to break even, and that first stage where at least you are not taking capital from outside and bringing to this business. Of course, 80% never cross that first stage. And already gives us a lot of pain because I've learned how to cross at least level 1. So, it means 80%. I can get 80% of the businesses cross that first level. The second stage is when now you have started, you are able to pay your bills and you have begun succeeding. There's some level of growth, right? Where now at least you are seeing, so you don't need to bring money from outside. And where entrepreneurs, you know, you see there is some air. When you see an entrepreneur at that level, you know. Simple. I didn't say before we came like that. I believe the rest more. You know, maybe there is a new car, and now you know. There are times it's supposed to start businesses have reached this level. You see them doing well, seemingly. Then the next thing you hear is that they have closed. I mean, like this guy was doing well. You saw customers and flooding the place. The guy bought a new car, and business was seemingly well. And in a few months, you're like, what happened? That guy is not there again. This second level of growth, to cross it, things become complex. The business begins to become shaky, very shaky. And at this level, a lot of middle, you start to get a lot of middle level leaders. People can take initiative. You alone cannot drive it again. Then the processes and systems, you got to start seeing that you need a lot of processes and systems. And that's something we don't know about, honestly, especially we don't know about processes and systems, especially in the Anglo-Saxon education. In fact, I heard about process my first time doing MBA at ESSEC. We don't know about it. We don't know that nobody tells us procedures, processes, things like ISO, standardization. In our academic routine, we don't hear about anywhere. TND, I teach MBA, I've passed through MBA, MSc, in that it's not talked about. And this is what is needed here. Without processes, without procedures, without systems, you never cross. So 60% of what we do is focus here, because at this level you must bring in that processes, procedures, systems, standardization, and operational manuals and structuring. They used to say to start business, no need book, but to grow business, without book you can never. You look for book. You get somebody that knows that book, because at that level you got to do things conventionally. And this is the second level entrepreneurs need help. And at this level again is the level I've just learned to cross lately, and that's what we focus 60% of our time doing. You will never become a Jeffrey if you don't cross this stage. You must have some systems and processes. And we are working on that with business. It's the second level we can help. For the other levels, I know about them theoretically. I'm learning too, and I'm learning how to cross the other levels. But these first 2 levels, we can really be of assistance to businesses in crossing them. And the last thing I would just want to talk about is to add one strategy we use for the alignment. Now, my job in my organization, I spend almost 70-80% of my time helping my staff achieve their goals. At times, it's really like my other colleagues and I what I do. Because 80% I'm rather working on the goals of my staff. This staff has its defense I think 1 hour in the office, we are then trying to come up with a defense topic and see how I will help that staff on top to go and defend this project. And we are there. These are tactics I saw that works. Staff got a lot of challenges. Your team members, they have their personal issues. With us, you must have a personal development plan. In every employee file, you have a personal development plan that says where you are going, the skills you need to acquire to reach there, what you need to study, where you need to study, how you acquire those skills. Those you acquire by apprenticeship, by going to school, and by attending workshops. And I focus on supervising and making sure you follow that. If it's a new book you have to read or a new course you have to take, I focus on that. That's what I do most of the time. Calling you, how far with this? You said you have to do this. You have a project, you have to enroll for PMP. You said you start this year. Have you started? Where are we? And I said that by doing that, they get more interested in helping the organization succeed. So they are so passionate with making sure we succeed as an organization. The more time I give into supporting them with their personal goals, they spend a lot of time helping the organization achieve organizational goals. Let's hold their hands. One of the most difficult things that made my master's thesis was what was the best way for visionaries to learn. How can we get them learning again? Because there is a challenge. The managers, when they hear workshops like this, they set the secretaries and the other staff. It is very rare. It is very rare. When I see my brother taking his time, he came here first and sat here with a pen till the end. I respect such visionaries. They know where they are going. They know where they are going. So we need to get them. Attend things like this, like businesses will never go. We'll stay on Facebook. Yeah, we have this, we have attended this. Come behind the scene. I talk with them. The beautiful thing with me is, no businessman, you cannot tell me anything. Because as you are saying, I'm shifting, right? I know the reality. I said, I know the figures. I keep figures of more than 200 businesses. I know the accounts. I know the bank statement. I know the realities behind the scene. I know the difference between Facebook and the real one behind. So you have to say, calm down, bro. Let's talk. Just come and share. It's not easy. You see me doing this thing like that. If it's not that house that my father left that money, there will be no way. No, that's what paid my rent and my bills. I cannot lie to you. This is that one. Yeah, so let's come and make something happen. We are in the right places. Let's attend these workshops. In Douala particular, I have to create time and sit on my pen and paper. It's humbling. It's humbling to, when you are faced with these challenges, you know that you have to learn. Thank you.
I having all these kind of people around me like that. At times at 3 a.m. in the night, I'm giving up on Rhino Cameroon. I don't think for it again. You just sit quiet. Well, and you don't say anything. You don't say anything. You will talk and talk and talk and talk and you just listen to you. You don't say anything. Even if you want to give up, then you just get on one day and write like 5 things that you have to do, and you know, this been done. Sometimes it just goes back to the group where all the staff are, and this and this and this. I'm just trying to tell you that, trust me, you don't know it all by yourself. Connect. And he is running one of the things I was expecting him to talk about, which is my personal global vision, is the Global Academy, Management Academy. That means that for all of us, we will be learning things like productivity tools, how do you get productive, he's talking about systems, how do you build those systems. So it's something for not just you, but also for your employees to connect with. So please don't leave leave this place without finding out how we can connect with that. I think on the leadership platform, we're going to just share some flyers, how do taxes, how does a lot of things are changing. In the tax code, they are that organization that put up trainings to be able to keep us abreast with everything that is going on. So, sir, U-Square is a platform for young people to grow. In the past, we used to have a lot of master classes. I know that the only one is coming, but I'm still advocating for my boy. I'm advocating for my boy at home. So, in terms of the topic that we've just been talking about and growth platforms that U-Square has, can you just enlighten us again a little bit on that and how we can get connected to the things that we do?
Okay, well, I think we talked about U-Square, which is coming from the belief that youthfulness, if you get young people to have the right mindset, self-directed mindset, because most of them are into victim mentality. You understand? The journey of U-Square is to get the younger generation out of the victim mindset to a self-directed mindset, and later on to a channel and legendary mindset. When I say self-directed, victim, you know what it means. I expect everything because my neighbor did not do this to me, the state, and all of that. But self-directed is when you get to a place you understand that I'm at the driver's seat and I can do things for myself, I can transfer. First is me, first. That's the stage to cross. And we do it by getting you out of possibility blindness. Possibility blindness. You don't see possibility. When you don't see possibility, to get to where you see that I can do it. Then you get to the next level, which is channel mentality. Channel mentality is to get to a place where you understand it's not about you. It's not about you. It just flows through you. You are not the container, you are the river that flows. Meaning whatsoever you do, it has to do not with you. It has to do with the impact you can create. When you get to that level of mindset that I'm just the container, like Mother Teresa says, I'm just the pencil in the hands of God. Right? It's through me. So whatever. And then if we get to that level, you understand that we get people who interact with other people or who go for business for what they need, because there are two attitudes. When you ask somebody to do something, when it comes to a company, it's either how can I better serve, or what do I get here? There are two types of attitude. If your attitude towards life is, what can I get here? Believe me, it's a very poor mindset. Towards whatsoever you're engaging in is, how can I better serve? Out of it now we grow on. So, talking of U-Square, I just gave the different stages we want to get, and youthful young people are the one that, because there is vibrancy of energy, there is clarity, and all. If you bring them that clarity, some of them have confidence, but confidence without clarity, a car can hit you. If you are crossing the road, you are confident, you close your eyes. But clarity is very, very important. So we have to get clarity on the journey, the mindset, the right thing to do. So what we have been trying to organize for close to a year now, we have been building something on the ground. It talks of stages and all of that, because I realized that because it's a kind of contribution for me, but I need to make it sustainable. So I've been working for close to a year on making, and that's why we very soon, because we're doing mentorships will come up under other system, because he spoke of systems and models. Aligning vision, to align your people with your vision is to make them buy into your culture, right? Buy into the culture. And one element of the culture of the company is systems. And we are having more challenge today because we need to streamline the processes. You understand? We need tools in building system. You need tools that will streamline the process. What you do in 1 hour should be done in 2 minutes. So because there is competition, right? There is competition. And then there is artificial intelligence coming in. Artificial intelligence is coming in. So that's why, like he said, it's an exciting journey to be an entrepreneur. Like somebody asked somebody, well, why don't you set a goal to become a billionaire? He said, for what it will make of you to make that billion. So the most important thing is the challenge you have in growing a business, not the business itself. You understand? As you're building the business, it forges a character. The most important thing then is the character that has been forged. Like somebody, do you know I lost my business today? And you are sitting here discussing and drinking, you say, yes, I've been another. Yes, because what is important is the character you have forged along that journey. So it's a journey of learning, unlearning, and relearning. Right? So, U Square, I think we have given chance to a lot of young people. When I do there is no way you come across some of the things we do without you being fundamentally changed. Just as I've seen them cross most of my teams, they are flying, some of them are elsewhere and all of that, because there is fundamental transformation. There's a place when you get and understand, definitely your life changes. And I'm inviting, our aim at U Square particularly is not to maintain people. Let every young people come and pass through generation upon generation. The U Square system we share and all that. So that's what I can say.
Yeah, so I think that we also shared details on how you can join this online platform called U Square. Yeah, so I think it's free for anyone to join and be part of that platform as well, so that when activities do come up, which I'm really looking forward to, we can partake in that. As a community, we need this network. We really do. We've understood that it's not about the business you're building, but it's about the character that you're building in the business. And there's no better person than Pastor Cyrus that teaches us how to really build that character. For us personally at Verity World, we've experienced that our staff are currently going through a 40-week transformation program. Every Tuesday facilitates a training program with us, which is a transformative program. You know, staff go through character development, they're developing like one principle after the other. Again, you know, just share with us how these people can really just benefit from the services of Lead Farm.
Okay, so thank you very much. So as we wrap up, I'll just cue from what you said. So yeah, for us here at Different the Heart, as I said, our core is to build the leader in you and to build the team. Let me start by sharing an example of what we do with what we are doing running with Korea to work. Like first of all, like we do facilitate retreats for teams. We start with designing the retreat based on what exactly you want to accomplish. You know, retreats are not just a time for people to just gather as staff and have fun. There has to be some intentionality to it, and that's what we do. We do seek to design retreats that can help in bonding, that can help in clarity, that can help in alignment, that can help in also charting a strategic plan for your organization and translating it into actual action steps that you can follow on a daily basis. You know, that's what we do. I did that with Royal 2 last year. I did that also with Blue Moon, yeah. And I helped them to come up with the plan for the year. By plan for the year, I mean that every from every month you know exactly what you're doing to move to the vision. That's what we do at the hand. We also had the benefit of doing that with the UNHCR in March. So, and I mean, that was the first time we actually had to do something for such a huge client, and it was, I mean, they were very impressed by me, you know, and I think it's a thing of pride for us as a country, because when we went there, can somebody from Cameroon come and do this kind of thing, they were totally blown away by the quality of work we did and the fact that if, people that were not talking in the office before came, by the time we left, they started talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they actually told us that you've done something that we've been trying to do in this place for several months. There are people in office that will try everything to resolve their issues, but how you did it in 2 days is remarkable. And that's the power of actually facilitating good retreats. It can actually solve some employee issues if you do it well. And we did that for you. That's why 100 staff to accomplish that. He has about 100 from 7 different offices, so we're able to do that in 2 days to get all of them talking and happy, and they wanted it to even continue. So yeah, that's what we do. But also, what we can do for a team is to help, like what Antonori said, build the character of your team. And the truth is that character is not built in a day. And so what we do is that, like what I'm currently working on Royalty, we have a special mentorship, a character development program, where every week I come to the Royalty World office and we sit with the staff and we have a round table on a certain principle that helps to build character, and I facilitate that session. And we're with them for 40 weeks. So every week we're building one principle or the other. Now the good thing about the program is that it's the kind of program that the first few weeks it looks like nothing is happening. But by the time you get to the first month or the third month, people start changing their behaviors, because now the values start sinking in. And it's no longer about just people doing things, about them becoming the people that can lead and can do things. So that's part of the things that we do. And of course, we all, like I said, spoken about the retreats and the workshops also, like the workshop that I mentioned. Those are things that I do, and most of the time is we design custom workshops for people. If you want to build trust within your team, if you want your team to really be cohesive, because alignment is not just about individual alignment, it's about the whole team working together. And so we do workshops for those kind of things. And again, you can always get to us for a free consultation to discuss what the challenge is. And then when we are able to understand what it is you need, then we can now craft a solution that works for you, that works within your budget, and that works within your schedule. Thank you.
Thank you all so much. Don't know if there are any specific questions. We're really running out of time, so maybe we will take 3 questions so that we can wrap up with this. If there are any questions. Are there any questions? I think that it has been pretty clear. Running with vision, as a visionary person, Silas helped us to understand that the job of the visionary is to craft the vision, build alignment, and then champion execution. Okay? I'm saying that just waiting for people to lift up their hands, and we've been able to really learn from Mr. Maria about the importance of creating systems. Systems means that it's a continuous reminder. It's not a day's journey, but then you have to understand that business is in stages, and we must understand how to build ourselves and know what it takes for us to go through these different stages. And again, you can't do it on your own. And I think for us all it's a deliverance, because sometimes I thank God for people like this that we surround ourselves with, because you get to a stage sometimes you feel like there's something wrong with you. Why is it that all of a sudden I was so passionate about this thing, but I'm just getting so weak and I want to give up? And I think something he said today has delivered me to understand that what you did when you started is exactly the thing that you need to stop doing. So we need to learn that we're in a different stage, and so that different stage, different dynamics, it comes to different things. And yeah, so from Dr. Abba, 3 of the most important areas of development what we need is growth, contribution, experiences. One big thing that stands in my mind is building social capital. You know, being able to shift identities. So it's not what to do, it's who you are. And there's a lot of depth in that, and I'm looking forward to benefiting from the workshop that he has. So join the school, join the Blue Moon Academy, and join, obviously I'm sure most of us here on the leadership platform. Any question? We started by learning how to start businesses, but we're no longer learning. We are about learning now how to transform and grow our businesses. So, okay, Pastor Sarah said something in the beginning that you have not taught until people have understood. The fact that everybody is asking questions means that everybody here has understood. Clap for us then. That means we did a good job. Yes, we did it.
I love you, Lord, for your mercy never fails me. All my days I've been held in your hand. From the moment that I wake up until I lay my head, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. Yeah, all my life you have been faithful. Yes, you have. All my life you have been so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. I love your voice. You have led me through the fire in my darkest night. You are close like no other. I've known you as a father. I've known you as a friend, and I have lived in the goodness of God. Oh, all my life you have been faithful. Say all my life you have been so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. Yeah, your goodness is running after, it's running after me. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. With my life laid down, I surrender now. I give you everything. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. Oh, all my life you have been faithful. Oh, yes, you have. All my life you have been so good. Oh, with every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. Oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. I will sing of your goodness forever and ever and ever and ever. I will sing of your goodness, oh God. All my life you have been faithful. Oh, yes, you have. All my life you have been so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing of your goodness. Oh, forever and ever and ever and ever, I will sing of your goodness.
Forever I will sing. Forever I will sing of your goodness. Forever and ever I will sing of your goodness. You are worthy to be honored. I will sing of your goodness. There's nobody like you, Jesus. I will sing of the goodness of God. God, oh, you're good. I will sing. Hallelujah. The splendor of a king, clothed in majesty. Let all the earth rejoice. Let all the earth rejoice. He wraps himself in light, and darkness tries to hide, and trembles at his voice, and trembles at his voice. How great is our God! Sing with me, how great is our God, and all will see how great is our God. Age to age his stands, and time is in his hands, beginning and the end, beginning and the end. The Godhead three in one. Oh, Father, Spirit, Son, the Lion and the Lamb. How great is our God! Sing with me, how nobody like you, Jesus. All will see, and all will see how great is our God. Oh, lift your voice and say, how great is our God. Sing with me, how you are worthy, yes you are. All will see, yeah. How great is our God. Her name above all names. You are worthy of all praise. My heart will sing, how great is our God. And all will see how great is our God. declare how great, all will sing how great, forever sing how great is our God. Oh, how great is our God. Won't you sing with me? How great is our God. We give you all the glory, honor, power. You are great, oh, our God. Oh, how great is our God. Will forever sing your praise. Oh God, all the earth will sing how great is our God. Hallelujah.
I would like to say I'm honored to be in the midst of people of value because I believe that everybody here is somebody of value. And because we're not many, but then there will be a time that when we have people not only be excited, especially young people, to go to for parties, for just fun. People also be excited to be part of leadership breakfast, be part of events like this. And I'm also happy to see young people, I'm not the young person here, especially young ladies, young girls that are here. So my name is Joyce, I'm ultimate goal. So what we do is we help individuals raise funds for new and existing businesses. So we're helping to raise funds and then we also help them with skills like personality development, many skills like branding, digital marketing, that for free. So and also personally, I'm running a campaign for women, for young girls, because as a young girl in Korea, I've faced so many challenges and barriers, like even when I go to other towns, like even the time I went to Manchester and I wanted to try. So I had difficulties with money and they were like, now we are there, come up here. So we always have that negative stereotype as a young girl from Korea, even here in Korea. So there are so many challenges that we're facing. So I believe together with all the women that are there, we can foster a community where young girls like me, we can grow, we can thrive, and we can learn together. Like we can by promoting self-belief and financial education. So in the month of June, we are running a series like only for young girls, only for women. So I'll be so happy to connect with all the women here because I believe that they will have something to impact in all this. We are planning on doing it for 1,000 to 2,000 ladies. So we're already creating awareness for that, even in schools and universities. So I would like to connect with all the women here because I believe they will have something important to share with all these women who are graduating. Because so many young girls in Korea, I believe they indulge in some activities because of the background, like Mr. Sanders was saying, like storytelling. There are so many things that happen to them that make them indulge in some kind of activities. And we judge everybody. Like, as a Korean girl, I don't like it. Like sometimes I enter in the taxi, they're talking Korean girls like this, and I'm not comfortable. So I believe that together we can change that narrative for Korean girls. So personally, this event, I'm so blessed to be here. Like I'm really blessed. And I want to thank Mr. Judima for giving me this opportunity to be here. I want to thank all the organizers of this event, all those that have blessed us. God bless you. Because I'm so happy to be here. And I've learned so much, even from what I'm doing. I don't have very much, even when we came outside my head. I like the way this woman established the everything. So she was saying that we have to be humble. Like even if we have ideas, we have to be humble. There must be some way that we help you anyway. Like everybody knows something we don't know and we are learning. So this event, like I'm blessed to be. I'm so happy that I was here, and I've learned so many things from the keynote presentation to the panel discussion and everything. So thank you.
I came here and I want to say I've learned a lot in this place. I've learned so much, and Pastor Silas will just teaching solutions that worth thousands of dollars. Because the problem when we said 5,000 yesterday, you know, because my event is not 5,000, because you know, it's not 5,000, it's 150. Mentorship is 1,500 because real estate is high ticket industry. It's not something that you're coming to be talking. And especially this issue of leadership, I think it's something that we really need. Many of us cannot really scale our organizations because we don't pay attention to leadership. And I think Pastor, our company really needs that, and we'll call you one of these days so that we can be able to do something to build our team, because it's not all about, there are so many organizations that have money, but they are poor in leadership. Because money is not what, because even when the leader can have a lot of money, but the leader has a bad reputation, it's an issue to the system. Like you said, people don't leave organization, people leave people. And that is true. You can be very wealthy, you can have a very good organization, things are working, but if you are not really strong and grounded in very good leadership, like what you said about character development, like the programs you are doing, like there's a program that I'm hoping that when I just saw all of the people there, I'm just seeing a particular program that I want to organize. Because I just saw a team that can take Cameroonian through a 1 week program on owners managers program. It's like a 1 week MBA program. We've seen that in Nigeria, Ghana, and in Dubai, that they organize an MBA program for 1 week. You bring real professionals to come and teach people, and they pay like £9,000 for 1 week. You see, so I think it's our time. And I'm hoping for more collaboration. I just came here to learn, sir. I just came here not to say anything, but just to learn. Because I think most of us have been focusing so much on money. You know, my mouth is always money. So, you know, like he said something that, you know, most founders, most CEOs, they don't see the need to come and sit in places like this to learn. You know, everything is to catch the next business. But we need knowledge to fuel those partnerships. And that's the reason why I came here, just to learn. I was expecting a younger person in this my team to pick up this microphone, to give remarks, you know, but they said I should be. Thank you, sir. God bless you.
Last week, my mom just sent me this notification. I think it was a flyer for the seminar, and she was like, "Then I've seen this, and I think these are the kind of events that you like to attend." My mother works at the DO's office, so Dr. Abba is actually her boss, and that's how I got the connection to be here today. In just a very brief story, in I think December 2021, I started a small wig business. As you can see, I'm wearing some of the wigs already. Wow. Yeah, so that's just what I've been doing from 2021 up to this 2024 today. And when I saw the title of this seminar, Running with Vision, it was something that really came to me, because I think since December 2021, personally I work alone, I do everything alone. I think just my younger sister, she helps me, because I don't just sell wigs and everything wigs, I make wigs and revamp wigs, just everything wigs, that's what I do. So when I saw the title of this seminar, Running the Vision, it was something that really came to me, because in fact, just like the other speaker was saying, in business there are stages. Honestly, I don't even know the stage that I'm in. Because it's not been easy, especially just the fact that I'm working alone. And I think before I even took the microphone to talk, I was speaking to Anya. I was saying that this hall has older people. I don't know what to say. Since I'm just 21, I'm still navigating life. I don't even know exactly what I want to do. I don't even know exactly where I want to be. But I'm very open to
learning. I'm open to finding my way and actually getting to where I want to be. I've learned so much from this seminar today, honestly. A lot more than what I even expected. Especially from what the DO was saying. I've learned so much. I don't even know if I start reading now, I don't know where I'll end. But I'm really, really grateful. I'm honored to be in the presence of so many amazing people, and I look forward to getting your contacts and getting to know you guys better. Thank you so much.
So that I was very grateful to be here. I'm very privileged to attend such a meeting, which has really impacted me in several ways. As a young manager, it has not really been an easy task, but from the lessons from Pastor Silas, I've really seen that there are many things that I've been doing wrong, which I'm able to take back to my team and maybe try to adjust for the better growth for Rema. I can really say that I really appreciated the fact that he said, just by their logo, lead by the heart. It has come a stage where sometimes I feel like I do too much for the business. I feel like I'm giving too much of my time, my space, but I realized from what he was saying that it's not me giving too much, it's me loving what I do. And I just want to say that I'm really grateful to be here, and I wish to attend several of such leadership breakfasts and to be able to learn more. And with that, I pray I'll be able to adjust certain things, and I'll be able to also help others to understand certain parts of leadership and certain parts of growth in life and in business. I'm grateful to be here.
Being here today, I've learned a lot, and I think that this breakfast should have had a lot more NGOs in attendance, because when you are in the civil society, you notice that a lot of these NGOs, they are there, they have the vision, but you don't see their work or their employees aligning with that vision. Most of the times you use it, the employees come in and they try to use it as a stepping stone to get to somewhere else, and I see that. And I think one of our panelists, or both of them, Mr. Pastor Silas and Mr. Lai, they spoke about it. They spoke about leaving their own work to focus on what the employees own achievement. And I think that's very good, because if your employee notices that, okay, my boss is able to take this particular step for me, then I can also go out of my way for the organization. They also mentioned communication, and within an organization, I think it's very essential. A lot of bosses, we just decide to carry that position on our head, oh, I'm your boss, and if I tell you to do this, do this. But then again, we have to understand that within an organization, we have a way we're supposed to relate with our employees in order to pass on certain messages. And if we look at what we mean by communication within corporate social responsibility, we see that they talk about internal communication. And when you have good internal communication, you are able to carry out your objective, you're able to attain your objectives in that organization. So we need to master good communication within our organizations, and I feel like what was said during our panel was very important, and this seminar should be done more often, and we should target a lot of NGOs. I want to take this opportunity to invite all NGOs in Boya. Please, next time when we're having a leadership breakfast, try to attend. Try as much as possible to attend. Let's not only look at ways to bring in money to the organization, let's also ensure that, okay, we can invest, because someone told me something once, that one of the most important ways of investing is in human resource. Yes, so let us try to invest also in our employees, and this leadership breakfast is one of the ways to do so. So we look forward to having you guys here next time. Thank you.
talking about alignment, I came up with a strategy where I started delegating, and not just delegating, but trying to find out their interests and also to cause that alignment in the organization. And I realized that everybody that was in the team that I put responsible for something that they were passionate about, that's how boom. And the profits that we made this year in the organization was just high level, and I was like, wow. So just learning all of these things that we were talking about aligning, I'm like, okay, I have to go deeper into this, I have to go now. Really have a one-on-one with each of them, listen to their stories, listen to what they're interested in, and just to be able to see that whatever we are doing is not just us. It's not just about me, and it's like Pastor Silas said, people don't follow the organization, they follow the person. So it's not just about what the organization is doing and every goal that we have set for ourselves each year, but it's more about what I can do as a person to help them become better persons. So thank you very much for this.
Amazing. I was trying as much as possible to try to connect people and to make friends, because they say your network is your network. Yeah, and it's the people that surround you, the people that you have contact with. But I still got to run away. But from the lesson today, I'll make sure anywhere I go, I'll make sure to know one person before me. And I'll start today.
Thank you for all the panelists. We thank you for imbuing them with so much wisdom. Father, we pray that you help us to be able to use the information, the knowledge, and the wisdom that we have gathered here today to improve ourselves, to improve our organizations, and become better leaders who are visionary and who inspire the teams that we work with. Father, we pray for wisdom, we pray for insight, and we pray, oh God, that you help us to keep on the path of growth, that we will continually grow and become better versions of ourselves. Receive all the glory and honor, and we pray, Lord, that you take us back to our home safely, and that we'll gather again for another opportunity when the time arises to share ideas and to give you glory for everything that you do. Thank you, Jesus. In Jesus' name, amen.
Today was really an amazing session. I'm very happy and blessed to have been part of the second edition of the Leadership Breakfast. It was so impactful. And through the sessions, what actually caught my attention is that organizations is all about people and not the institution. So if you want to build thriving organization, if you want to build sustainable institutions, then you have to focus in investing in the people. You have to focus in building your people. And that is what I am going back with today, and that is what I am planning to implement in our institution, Lead from the Heart. Thank you so much, and I invite you to the next edition of the Leadership Breakfast. Cheers.
Well, attending this event was one of the most exciting moments of my life. Why? Because on the flyer, I cited that the deal will be present, and given the fact that such a great personality here in Boya is attending such an event, it was like a great pleasure and a blessing for me to attend. So today I got to learn a lot, most especially about organizational culture. Besides, a human resource management student, and I know I'm going to deal a lot with organizations and employees. And from today, I got to understand that it's not all about selling the product, but all about selling the value of the organizations. And also building familiarities with the client, just so everything can move currently. And also, I encourage each and everyone out there, most especially youth of my age, because we are actually growing and we are the leaders of tomorrow. So we need all these leadership skills and techniques to grow up and move forward. And I invite you all to the next Leadership Breakfast Conference, which will be on the 21st of September 2024. Thank you.
And coming for this program, I was really expecting a lot, and trust me, my expectations were not cut short. I learned a lot of things, I must say. I learned to craft a vision, to just build a vision. I learned to work with, workers. I do a lot of things, but I've never really seen myself working with people. But then I got to discover that I cannot build a team if I don't work with people. So I am encouraging you that you don't miss out on the next program that is coming up in September, and it's going to transform your life. Thank you.
It's really been amazing attending this leadership seminar or conference today. I mean, it's really amazing. Trying to have young employees or young people coming to join you in your leadership vision, you need to encourage them to align to your vision's goals. I mean, and that's what we've learned today. And I mean, I'm really incredible. Gaining that knowledge is amazing. So I thank the organizers for bringing this initiative. And I pray that may they continue, with this initiative, because it's going to help a lot of startups like us and people that are already in the whole business venture. It's really going to empower them and skill them. So thank you very much, and it's really been a pleasure attending this today. I would definitely be here for September session. Please, you guys should send the invites. Let's know the date exactly that is going to happen, and we are going to be there. We are going to inform and empower other people to join so that they can learn and get what I've gotten today. So thank you very much.